We are going to continue working on the Lost in Death Valley article. Please follow along and highlight important details or key phrases as we read together. Our job is to highlight what does the text say and what information do we learn about 1 in a million. Meanwhile, Donna, Gina, and Jenny were driving along a road that was terrifying, a series of steep hills that rose and fell sharply, one after the other. Donna gunned the car up each hill. Then she let gravity take them down. If we got stuck between hills, I knew we were done for, Donna remembers. We'd never be able to climb out. Gina gripped the passenger grab handle in fear. On one especially violent bump, it ripped right off in her hand. Yikes. And then they saw it. This is an important line. Highlight this. A splash of glorious green in a sea of desolate brown. It was a stand of trees off in the distance. They had seen the same trees the previous day after they'd lost their way. Now their lives depended on reaching those trees. Where there are trees, there is water. Hallelujah! Exclamation point. The women drove until they ran out of gas. The car stopped this time for good. Thankfully, the trees were only a short hike from the car, but every step was agony. It was at least 125 degrees Fahrenheit. Underline that. The superheated rocks on the ground burned their feet through their shoes. The human body is not made to withstand such high temperatures. Prolonged exposure is extremely dangerous. Sweat pours out, leading to dehydration. The heart rate speeds up. Highlight the descriptive words of what happens to your body in this paragraph. The brain becomes addled, making it difficult to think, much less make critical life-saving decisions. Eventually, heat stroke sets in and organs start to shut down. Without treatment, death will follow. But Donna, Gina, and Jenny did not give up. They reached the trees, and then they discovered something incredible. 3 trailers and a covered porch. The chance of finding that in the middle of Death Valley was 1 in a million, Gina says. That crude campsite would become their lifeline. In one trailer, they found stale oatmeal, cans of beans, and some old dried meat. It wasn't much, but Donna was over the moon. I thought, okay, I can keep us alive for 2 weeks on this, she recalls. They also found 2 mattresses. They dragged them out to the porch. That night, any sleep was hard-won in the relenting heat. In the morning, they found something even better. Attached to one of the trailers was a hose. They turned it on. To their pure joy, hot water gushed out. It was the worst water I'd ever tasted, but also the best, Gina says. That day, the women looked for anything they could use. They broke into the other 2 trailers and found a radio. Gina hooked it up to the car battery, but the heat was too intense to stay in the sun long enough to reach anyone on it. By then, Gina was sick from dehydration and exhaustion. She felt unable to eat. This isn't good. Donna coaxed her into swallowing a few bites of oatmeal. The day wore on, and the women prepared for their 3rd night in the wilderness. Day 3, not good, huh?